Welcome back, everyone. Andrew Baumer is with us today, Auglaize County engineer. We're looking ahead to a bridge project. You know, we had somebody go out and shoot video of that, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a big bridge. That's going to be quite a project, right?
Yeah, it's a 180-foot span bridge over the Auglaize River, just outside of Wapakoneta, and yeah, it's by far the worst bridge on our system currently. So we're happy to secure some funding for it and get it replaced here starting this spring, hopefully.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what is the cost on that? Do we know?
The estimated cost right now is $970,000, so just shy of $1 million. We have been able to secure federal grants to pay for 95% of it. So Auglaize County's match will only be 5%, or about $50,000 on that bridge project.
Great.
So that's been a huge help to our budget, but be a great improvement to our infrastructure.
Yeah, tell us what you're going to be doing with that, because some of it will stay and then you've got some other work on it.
Yeah, so it will be widening the bridge out to 28 feet wide. So we'll have to do some pier and abutment modifications to accept the wider bridge. So the actual substructure is remaining in place, but it'll get new beams, which is the biggest thing that's deteriorating right now. So.
Yeah, and that's a big, it seems like, looking at the weight limits, there's, I'm assuming, a lot of trucks go over that? Or?
Yeah, there's some truck traffic, with the quarry and Buckland just being north of that bridge. Mainly local traffic, though, with cars and school bus routes. So those aren't affected right now with the load reduction, but some of the bigger trucks are.
Yeah, and I was surprised you said maybe 3 months to get it all done?
Yeah, we got a 90-day closure, so hopefully everything will stay on schedule and go as planned, and we can get it completed in that 90 days.
Yeah, you guys are kind of famous for doing a lot of work in-house, stuff that would normally be contracted out, especially materials-wise. Yeah. Anything related to this one?
This one will be completely contracted out, so we're letting a bid to supply the materials and then a contractor to install all of it.
Yeah, I was looking even at the guardrail. I've never seen that long of a guardrail, and then it turns and curves back, and that's a big bridge.
Yep, and the guardrail kind of turns there to allow for some parking for recreation. It's a fishing spot and a kayak spot for residents, so that's kind of a parking spot right at the bridge.
I got you. Okay, that makes sense. I was joking with you too about snow removal this year and getting ready for that, getting the trucks ready. This year, I don't want to jinx this, but it's not been a huge issue, especially so far, right?
So far, yeah. We've been tracking since the early 80s, the latest that we've been out, and we actually just broke that record this year. So we got a feeling the snow's coming. It's just going to be later in the year this year. So.
Yeah, well, you talked about that, and I think back to when I was a kid, and it just seems like things get shifted back. December's usually pretty easy for you guys, and then you get in January and February, and all heck can break loose. Right?
Yeah, yep, and it doesn't take long. We have an ice event. You know, we can really suck up some of our salt, and so we've been fortunate so far, but we're ready to go whenever it does show up. So.
Yeah, give us a sense what you have to do for the trucks, because turning things over, that's a big project to get ready, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've had our trucks, the majority of our trucks, mounted with our snow plows and beet juice tanks. Back in November, there were some threats of weather on and off, so the majority of them are mounted up and ready to go, but we do take the plows off just to do other operations while we're waiting on the snow plows. But
we've talked about the beet juice in the past. Does that work for even colder temperatures than normal?
That's the time that we use it. If we would have precipitation today with these really low temperatures, we'd be looking at using the beet juice to lower that freezing point of snow and ice and help clear the roadways.
Yeah, you're always dependent on the salt prices too. Is that something you plan ahead of time or kind of keep an eye on?
Yeah, that actually bids in May. So after the season, we have an indication of how much salt we're going to need and how much we used from the previous year, and that's kind of indicative of the price in the future. So we did see about an $11 increase this year in salt prices. So hopefully we can limit the salt use and save a little bit of money there.
Yeah, everything goes up, right? Andrew, thank you. Appreciate the updates. Good seeing you. Auglaize Medical News coming up next on Unit Edition.